According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are approximately 2 million people employed by the federal government. A significant amount of that 2 million is believed to be going to be vacant within the next decade. With that in mind, and the state of the economy that we're in right now, you could imagine that the competition for these jobs is going to be stiff. But it doesn't mean that it's impossible to get. There's a process that you have to follow, and this process will allow you to get well underway in getting that federal job. Based on my personal experience and research that I've done, I want to present some information that will illustrate how to successfully apply for a federal job. Federal government jobs are not easy to get, but by following a 4-step process, that being create an account, build your resume, search for jobs, and then apply for those jobs. By doing that, you can increase your chances of getting that federal government job. During the minutes that follow, I'm going to tell you how to get started and on that quest for a federal government job by doing those 4 steps I mentioned just a moment ago, and that is creating an account on usajobs.com, building your resume, searching for jobs, and then applying for those jobs. The first thing you have to do is you have to go to the website, usajobs.com, and you have to create an account. If you look at the screen there, you'll see that up in the top right-hand corner, there's a button to send you to the site or the area to create an account. Once you're there, you just follow the instructions to show what we're doing. We'll talk about that in just a moment. USAjobs.gov is not the only site, but it is a primary source for available government jobs that are out there. Each department of the U.S. government has its own websites, and many of the sub-departments, they have their own websites, and on most of them you're able to go on there, create an account, search for jobs. But usajobs.gov is like a central location that you can go, and it's the best bet for a beginner. USA Jobs provides a searchable index of jobs for virtually every department of the government and for where they're all located. So that it's a good place to go. It's a good place to get started. Be sure when you're creating your account to give current, accurate, and complete information. That's what they're looking for. You got to make sure that everything is the best that you can make it. After creating your account, the next step is to build your resume. Building a resume for a government job is different from building a resume for a traditional job. A traditional job, you go out, you're going to create a short, maybe 1 or 2 page resume, bullet pointed, brief, to the point. With a U.S. government job resume, you're wanting it as detailed as you can possibly get it. The reason for this is because they use a computer to search through all the resumes that are submitted, and that computer is looking for keywords for whatever specific job that has been put in it. And the more detailed your description of your work experience and education and all that, the more detailed it is, the better chance you have of that computer flagging that and giving you a chance to get your resume looked at. Here's an example of, for instance, if you're military or prior military, you can go on the internet and Google search your job, your military job, and in most cases it's going to bring back a very detailed description of what your job title is or whatever. And, you can take that, and most of you that have been in the military, if you have been in the military, you've been through military training or whatever, that job description is going to describe everything that your training was supposed to actually get you prepared for. It doesn't necessarily mean that those are specific things you did. So you want to go through there and make sure that you have things in there that you actually did. So, you want to go in, you want to get it off the internet, put it in your resume, and then go through it and tweak it. Be sure that you personalize it. On a lot of job descriptions on the internet, it'll say, for instance, performed pre-flight, through-flight, and post-flight inspections on aircraft. What you want to do by personalizing that, what I mean is you go in there and say, I did so-and-so, I did so-and-so, I was responsible for so-and-so, and, personalize it that way, because once that computer does pick it, then a human being is actually going to look at it. So you want it to make sense. All right? The Office of Personnel Management is a good website to go to, and as far as getting information on applying for a government job. On that website, it's not really that user-friendly, but once you get on there and do some looking around, you'll find some good resources there. One of the good resources is actually detailed job descriptions of different job categories. So you can actually go in there and find what job you're wanting to apply for, and it'll give you, some of them I've looked at are like 33 pages long, and it'll give you that kind of detail. And those things you can read through, get some keywords that you can implement in your job description that will help you as far as getting that computer to hit your resume. After you create your account, build your resume, the third step is to go in and search for jobs. On usajobs.gov, you can go to, and I've clicked on here where you can go to that area of the website, and it's kind of hard to see there, but it's got different search criteria. You can search by the job, you can search by the location, there's several different criteria that the department, whatever you wanted to search by. And you can go in there, click on that, and it'll do a search for you, and it'll come up with all the jobs that are in that category or what have you. So you want to go in there, you want to do that. Whether location is important to you, or whether it's a certain department you want to work for, or just a certain job that you're looking for. Go in, do your search. That's going to bring up the jobs that are available. It covers all the U.S. territories, the United States, of course, and overseas, some overseas areas. So, it's pretty widespread there. After you've done creating your account and you've built your resume, you've done your searches, you've got a list of jobs there now, the final point or the final step is to apply for the jobs that you're interested in. When you apply, you want to, when you apply for those jobs, when you go in and apply for it, it depends on what department of the government that you're applying for. They have different criteria. So you want to be sure to go down to the bottom of the page, and it'll tell you, what you have to do to apply. This screen right here shows an actual job description, and if you go down to the bottom of the page, it tells you what you have to do in order to apply. So you want to make sure you follow those instructions, get that done. Anything that they ask for, extra information, more documentation, make sure you get that done, because every job has a deadline. So you want to make sure you meet that deadline and you get everything that they're looking for. This is not all the information you get. There's other places you can go to get more information. There's an electronic report on the Bureau of Labor Statistics entitled "How to Get a Job in the Federal Government." That's a good source. It's got a lot of good information on it. Also, a website out there called makingthedifference.org. And on this website, they state about how most people believe that to work for the federal government, you're going to be having to work in Washington, D.C. or somewhere like that. But the fact of the matter is, 84% of government jobs are outside of Washington, D.C. So there's some good information on there. I would encourage you to go and to check that out also. This by no means covers everything, but it's enough information to get you started on getting that federal government job. Although the federal government jobs are not easy to get, if you follow those simple steps and apply some acquired skills